welcome again, everybody. This is Ron Dittmar talking to you from the Erasmus recording studios in Brooklyn, New York. And we have as our guest today Jeff. Jeff, you want to say hello?
Hello?
Great. Okay, this is the continuation of the story narrative on Johann August Sutter. His dates are 1803 to 1888, very famous for the Sutter's Mill where the gold was found in California. And this is on the screen you see, which was described in the last session, the fort that he built and lived in, and just a rendition of that. And then on the next picture is actually a portrait of his that someone drew at some point. Okay, so here's the text we're going to look at, and tell me if you can see this mark, Jeff. We're going to go from here tonight right down to this point. It's a little bit long, but as I mentioned before, this text this time, and I like to vary between more difficult and less difficult texts for the series. This is quite a straightforward one where only the present tense is used, and it's quite easy to figure out. Okay, so as we done always before, I'll read the text out loud, and Jeff will repeat. Please repeat with him, and I'll ask him questions about the structure of the sentence, and then we can piece together the meaning of it. So some people even pause the recording and try to answer the question that I've asked, and then start the recording again, and then they hear the answer. That's very effective too. Okay, going on. Im Jahre 1847, everybody?
Im Jahr 1847.
So they say this year 1807 and 40. Let's just practice it again. 1847.
1847.
Good. Will Sutter eine Sägemühle bauen?
Will Sutter eine Sägemühle bauen?
Okay, so we have an introduction of a modal auxiliary with will. It's not a fault. It's a false friend. Doesn't mean will do something, but it means wants to do something. So where's the verb complex in that sentence, Jeff?
Will bauen.
Good, and that means supplying a pronoun.
Wants to build.
Good, and then always supply a pronoun so that you notice that that's singular. So you would say he wants to build. So you're looking for a singular subject, which is? Well, it's actually Sutter.
Sutter.
Yeah, good. Sutter in this sentence. Notice whenever you have a prepositional phrase, anything adverbially at the beginning of the sentence, you'll have a reversal of the verb and the subject. Okay, and this means a sawmill. So you want to translate that first sentence, little one?
In the year 1847, Sutter wants to build a sawmill.
Great. Going on. Braucht jedes Jahr viel Holz für seine Häuser und Brücken.
Braucht jedes Jahr viel Holz für seine Häuser und Brücken.
Great. Where's the verb?
Braucht.
Right there. Okay, and subject is obviously Now, he has two direct objects. Do you know where they are?
Holz und Brücken.
Great. Right. So it's not Häuser because this is part of the prepositional phrase. So your core the core sentence is braucht Holz und Brücken. Good. So he needs every year he needs much wood, and then for his houses, like English words directly from this, and bridges, Brücken. Good. Going on. Reitet in das Tal des American River und sucht einen guten Platz für die Sägemühle. Everybody?
Reitet in das Tal des American River und sucht einen guten Platz für die Sägemühle.
Nicely pronounced, that word. It's sort of funny when we come across an English word, we almost try to give it a German accent. So, okay, so up to the und, where's the verb, Jeff?
Reitet.
Good, right. Our English word comes directly from that, to ride. It's obviously on horseback. And here's a directional accusative, in das Tal. So this is an accusative showing direction, a destination. And then this is the genitive with this American river here. And where's the verb after the und?
sucht.
Good. And he searches for, and direct object is einen guten Platz, a good place. There's so many words that are similar in German and English in this paragraph. There are actually every third word in English comes from the German side, and 2/3 of the words, so 66% or approximately, come from the Latin-based side, i.e. Latin through French into English. Okay. Great. You want to just read from the very beginning down through those several sentences so we can follow you slowly?
In the year 1847, Sutter wants to build a sawmill.
Mhm.
He needs every year much wood for his houses and bridges. He rides into the valley of the American River and looks for a good place for the sawmill.
Great. Okay. Fantastic. Really nicely done. Okay. So we're right here, going on. Am Fuß der Berge kauft von den Indianern ein Stück Land. Everybody?
Am Fuß der Berge kauft von den Indianern ein Stück Land.
Where's the verb?
Kauft.
Good. And subject?
Fuß der Berge kauft
Good. So notice you have a prepositional phrase here, at the foot of the mountains. So in any prepositional phrase, you can't find any part of the core of the sentence, the core being the verb, subject, and direct object. So where's the direct object of kauft? He buys.
Stück Land.
Yeah,
Stück Land.
You could consider these together, a piece of land. So a piece of land. Good. Yes, they also avoid, the German doesn't require the of as we need in English, but they would say also like ein Stück Brot, a piece of bread, or ein Stück, so something like that, a piece of land is how that translates. So, and at the foot of the mountains, he buys from the Indians a piece of land. Going on, der Ort heißt Coloma.
Der Ort heißt Coloma.
Heißt means is called, so from heißen. So the place is called Coloma. Going on, dann bringt einige Arbeiter nach Coloma. Go ahead.
Dann bringt einige Arbeiter nach Coloma.
Where's the verb?
Bringt.
Good. Obviously from bringen, so bring. Then subject is?
Dann bringt
and direct object?
Arbeiter.
Good. So if you just read the core sentence, it would be bringt Arbeiter. And we always try to read these in the order that you find them in the German sentence. Going on. Und sie beginnen, am Ufer des Flusses zu graben.
Und sie beginnen, am Ufer des Flusses zu graben.
And what do you think they're going to find? Some great stuff. Okay. Where's the first verb after the und?
Beginnen.
Begin, yeah. So this is plural. They begin. And after the begin, you're actually looking for what kind of a verb? What sort of form of the verb?
Infinitive.
Right.
Zu graben.
An infinitive, yeah. So they begin to dig at the bank of the river. Going on. Am Ufer liegt Sand und es ist leicht zu graben.
Am Ufer liegt Sand und es ist leicht zu graben.
This verb liegen it just means it lies. Our English word it lies, or like is located, but it also is a very weak verb. You can translate it as like it, simply with is. So at the bank or on the bank, there is sand, and it is, and then here's you, and it is easy, leicht, just like our word L-I-G-H-T, to dig. Let's see. Up to these, from the beginning of that paragraph, Jeff, you just want to translate slowly, starting with Dan bringt, and then up to here?
Then he brings some workers to Coloma, and they begin to dig on the bank of the river. On the bank there is sand, and it is easy to dig.
Great. Sutter lässt seine Arbeiter allein und geht in seine Stadt zurück.
Sutter lässt seine Arbeiter allein und geht in seine Stadt zurück.
Yeah, and this L-A with umlaut is pronounced like lest, Sutter lest. So he leaves from lassen, Sutter leaves his workers, direct object, alone. And where's the verb after the und, verb complex?
Und geht zurück.
Good. Jeff correctly picked up the separable prefix zurück, which means back. So this by itself would mean he goes, but geht zurück means he goes back or he returns. Good. So let's just do that last sentence. Am Ufer liegt Sand. Just read that to the end of the paragraph.
Sutter leaves his workers alone and returns to his city.
Good. I actually think we did this one earlier, so that's perfect. Okay, so that's the end of our second segment. So thank you for tuning in, and talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.